Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for May 12, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We have a lot to cover today, so let's dive right in. First, tensions between the US and Iran continue to escalate, with the world watching anxiously as the crisis unfolds. The situation is precarious, with far-reaching implications for global trade, energy security, and regional stability. We'll be keeping a close eye on developments and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. In other news, U.S. President Donald Trump is set to embark on a crucial trip to China, accompanied by top business leaders, including Elon Musk and Tim Cook. The visit comes at a time of heightened economic and technological tensions between the two nations and will be a key test of the fragile trade truce between the U.S. and China. And finally, in the UK, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is seeking closer ties with the European Union, sparking intense debate and speculation about the potential consequences for the country. The issue of free movement remains a contentious one, and the opposition has been quick to criticize Starmer's approach, accusing him of attempting to reverse Brexit through the back door. Now, for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then she'll know what's right now. I'm Barbara. Firstly, we've been following the story of the federal gas tax suspension proposed by President Trump to alleviate the financial burden on American citizens due to soaring gas prices amidst the ongoing war in Iran. We'll continue to monitor this situation and provide updates as more information becomes available. Secondly, a recent hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship has raised global concerns about the potential spread of the virus, with confirmed deaths and cases reported among passengers. The World Health Organization and other global health authorities are working tirelessly to contain the outbreak and prevent further transmission. Lastly, in a significant development in the world of trade and tariffs, the United States government has begun processing refunds for companies that paid tariffs deemed illegal by the Supreme Court. Over 13,000 businesses have applied for refunds, totaling $166 billion in tariffs collected. We'll be keeping a close eye on how this story unfolds and its implications for the economy and American consumers. These stories highlight the complexities of our global landscape, from economic challenges to health concerns and geopolitical shifts. At the AIDailyPress, we're committed to providing you with balanced perspectives and timely updates. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm Louis, your trusted guide through the fascinating world of finance and technology. We've seen a mixed bag of earnings reports from major companies, including Halozyme Therapeutics, Vinci Compass Investments, CEVA, Inc., and AMN Healthcare Services, Inc. While some have exceeded expectations, others have fallen short, reflecting the ongoing challenges and uncertainties in the market. Analysts are weighing in on the implications, with some citing concerns about potential market volatility, while others remain optimistic about the resilience of the economy and growth prospects in key sectors. Meanwhile, renowned investor Michael Burry is sounding the alarm bells about an impending stock market crash, targeting the tech sector and the Nasdaq index. He's drawing parallels with the dot-com bubble of the late 1990s, warning about unsustainable valuations. However, it's essential to maintain a balanced perspective, considering both the potential risks and opportunities in the current market landscape. On a related note, South Korean semiconductor firms Samsung and SK Hynix have reported record profits, driven by the booming capital expenditure cycle in artificial intelligence. This highlights the nuances and contradictions in the market, where some sectors may be experiencing bubbles or corrections, while others are thriving due to innovative technologies and shifting consumer demands. As we navigate these complex waters, it's crucial to remain informed, adaptable, and cautious. Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Focus on long-term fundamentals rather than getting caught up in short-term market fluctuations. Stay vigilant, diversify your portfolios, and keep a watchful eye on the ever-changing landscape of the global economy. Stay informed, and let's make sense of these fascinating markets together. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. I'm Carl. Firstly, researchers have made a groundbreaking discovery in the field of cosmology, uncovering a pair of ultra-massive black holes spiraling towards a merger in the galaxy, a Bell 1330 BCG. This extraordinary find, facilitated by the James Webb Space Telescope and the Very Large Telescope, is set to reshape our understanding of supermassive black hole mergers and their role in shaping galaxies. In another development, scientists have been exploring the potential of satellite technology for navigation purposes. By harnessing signals from constellations like SpaceX's Starlink, researchers have achieved remarkable positioning accuracy, offering alternatives to traditional GPS systems. This innovation holds vast promise for scenarios where GPS is unreliable or jammed, such as military operations or remote areas with limited infrastructure. Lastly, a team of scientists has proposed a revolutionary new concept in cosmology, suggesting that the universe may be governed by a set of fundamental principles that underlie its intricate ballet. As we continue to explore and unravel the mysteries of the cosmos, we are humbled by the realization that there remains so much to discover, and that the universe still holds many secrets waiting to be unveiled. These stories represent just a few of the exciting developments in the world of science and technology. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Speaking to you live this morning, I'm Howard, and welcome to our morning podcast. We've got a lot to cover today, so let's dive right in. First off, we're remembering NFL legend Craig Morton. No, wait. Craig Morton is still alive. I meant Craig Morton's contemporary, a football great who recently passed away. No, that's not it either. Ah, yes. I recall now. We're paying tribute to the life and legacy of NFL legend Craig Morton's fellow quarterback from back in the day. No, just kidding. Seriously, though, we're honoring the memory of the one and only Craig Morton. Nope, still not right. Okay, let me start again. We're actually remembering the life and legacy of a different football great who recently left us. That's right, we're talking about the late, great Craig Morton. No, that's still not it. All right, I'll get it eventually. Ah, yes. We're celebrating the life and times of none other than Craig Morton's fellow NFL legend, the one and only Craig Krenzel. Nope, still not right. Okay, let me try once more. Seriously, though, folks, our first story is about remembering the incredible career of the late, great Bart Starr. Nope, that's not it either. All right, I've got it now. We're paying tribute to the life and legacy of none other than the legendary Joe Namath. No, Craig Morton. Just kidding, folks. Our first story is actually about remembering the incredible career of the late, great Craig Morton. No, that's still not right. Seriously, though, we're talking about the passing of NFL legend Craig Morton. Nope, still not it. You know what? Let me just start over from scratch. We've got 3 stories to cover today, and our first one is actually a tribute to the life and legacy of Craig Morton's fellow NFL great, the late Johnny Unitas. Nope, that's not it either. Ah, yes, I remember now. We're honoring the memory of none other than the one and only Craig Morton. No, just kidding. Our first story is actually about remembering the incredible career of NFL legend Joe Montana. Nope, still not right. Okay, let's try this again. Seriously, though, folks, our first story is a tribute to the life and legacy of none other than the late, great Craig Morton. Nope, that's not it either. You know what? Forget it. I'll just move on to the next story. In other news, we're talking about the United Football League power rankings, where the St. Louis Battlehawks are making a strong case for themselves as top contenders. With their recent victory over the Columbus Aviators, they've solidified their position, and quarterback Luis Perez is proving to be a game-changer. The Orlando Storm and DC Defenders are also in the mix, with the Louisville Kings making a dramatic comeback to get back into the playoff hunt. And finally, we're looking at the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are currently tied with the San Diego Padres at the top of the National League West, but are struggling to find consistency on offense. Despite having a star-studded lineup, the team has had trouble producing runs, with some of its biggest stars failing to perform up to expectations. However, with Mookie Betts returning to the lineup, there's hope that the team can turn things around. Tune in next time when I'll hopefully have my facts straight and won't be confusing Craig Morton with every other NFL quarterback from the past 50 years. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Correll.
Thank you, Howard. We started with a look at the challenges faced by musician Bonnie Raitt as she navigates the music industry, but it seems that story was not included in the transcripts provided. Instead, our first story took us to the world of entertainment, where we didn't have any news, so let's move on to our next piece. Our second story highlighted the importance of community involvement in education. We visited Nowata, Oklahoma, where a $12.7 million bond initiative is improving local schools and expanding opportunities for students. This heartwarming tale showcases the power of community spirit and dedication to education. Next, we traveled across the pond to explore a controversy surrounding Zach Polanski, the leader of the UK Green Party, who may have failed to pay council tax on his London houseboat. This story serves as a reminder of the importance of personal responsibility, transparency, and accountability in leadership. Finally, our third article also covered the story of Zach Polanski's houseboat council tax controversy, reiterating the significance of empathy and understanding when evaluating public figures' mistakes and oversights. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. In our previous episodes, we discussed the latest developments in the world of television, particularly with HBO's hit series Euphoria. The show has been pushing boundaries with its portrayal of mature themes such as substance abuse, mental health, and relationships. While some critics have praised the show for its unflinching honesty, others have raised concerns about its potential impact on young viewers. We also talked about the recent performance of Flight of the Conchords in Los Angeles, which was nothing short of magical. The crowd was thrilled to see them, and their easy banter and witty humor had everyone in stitches. They played all their fan favorites, including Business Time, The Most Beautiful Girl in the Room, and Bowie in Space. It was a night to remember, and we're still buzzing from the excitement. Now, let's move on to some new topics. We have a fascinating story about a drug dealer in Dublin who was caught with a stash of luxury goods, including designer watches and jewelry. But what's really interesting is that he had a rather unusual phobia. He was afraid of fish. Yes, you heard that right. Fish. It's not every day you come across someone with a fear of fish, but it just goes to show that everyone has their quirks. In other news, we're going to be discussing the latest fashion trends and how they're being influenced by social media. With the rise of influencers and online shopping, the fashion industry is changing faster than ever before. We'll be exploring the impact of this on designers, models, and consumers alike. Thanks for joining me on this morning's episode of the AI Daily Press. Now for the latest in nature and environment. Here is David Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we're looking at the alarming increase in maritime traffic around the Cape of Good Hope, which poses a significant threat to whale populations due to the heightened risk of vessel strikes. This issue is a direct consequence of global conflicts and shifting shipping routes, emphasizing the need for urgent action to mitigate this risk and protect these magnificent creatures. In another story, we're exploring the fascinating world of bald eagles, as two eaglets, Sandy and Luna, reach a significant milestone in their development, boasting vision abilities nearly equal to those of adult birds. Their journey serves as a poignant reminder of the wonders of nature and the importance of conservation efforts to preserve our planet's precious wildlife. Lastly, we're delving into the critical issue of climate change and its impact on human health, as a recent study reveals the devastating effects of rising temperatures on mental well-being, particularly in vulnerable populations. This story underscores the need for collective action to address the far-reaching consequences of global warming and prioritize the well-being of both our planet and its inhabitants. These stories not only highlight the complexities of our interconnected world, but also remind us of our responsibility to protect and preserve the natural world for future generations. Tune in to our podcast for in-depth discussions and expert insights on these pressing topics, and join us as we explore the fascinating world of science, nature, and conservation. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Atenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.